Narcissists don't like to celebrate you. Why? Because if they're celebrating you, then nobody's celebrating them. What did special events look like with you and the narcissist that was in your life? What did your birthday look like? Or someone else's in your family? What about holidays? Vacations? Meaningful dates that you had? What did those actually look like when you were with a narcissist? Because so often, and I talk to so many different people every single day that tell me like, hey, these were awful. The worst of the worst. Like literally, like we could go on this vacation or this trip and you'd think like, hey, it's going to be great. We're going to our favorite place or anything like that. And it would literally be hell. Because it would be one of those awful experiences that they'd have because of what the narcissist did, said, developed, acted, anything like that. Because of how they made the trip. If you guys are new here, my name is Ben Taylor. I'm a self-aware narcissist on this platform and many others to provide awareness, growth, healing, and change. We do that by dropping nuggets of truth all different places across social media platforms. On TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. We have the Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, several different places where you can listen to the podcast as well. We'd love to have you interact with that. If you're listening on the podcast, please review it, like, share, help other people like understand what's going on in their lives with narcissism and with people that are exhibiting toxic behaviors. If you don't follow already, then follow on those other platforms, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and look us up under Raw Motivations. We're Raw Motivations everywhere. Join a community of like-minded people that are interested in your healing, in your growth, and in your journey. People that have already experienced narcissistic relationships, that are getting out, or that have been out, or that can give you advice and support as you continue on that journey. And join the NARC app. Just type in NARC into Apple or Google Play, and you'll be able to find the app that a lot of people have downloaded to help accelerate their journey, to help them learn about narcissism, to help them build an idea of how to develop boundaries, or how to date healthy after abuse, or how to process the guilt or the gaslighting or the lies, different things like that that are going on, to be able to go on and track your no contact, to be able to record your truth, to be able to focus on your healing and your growth on a day-to-day basis. We'd love to have you a part of that community. Just type in NARC into Apple and to Google Play. Would you do that? Because you'd be amazed at some of the community there that you can find and the people and the friends that can help you grow and develop another level and are willing to support you along the way. We bring in coaches once a month from all across the globe, whether that's myself, whether that's other people that we interact with, different creators, different psychologists, people that are willing to help you on that process to grow, heal, and change. We'd love to have you a part of that. So please check it out. If you want to talk to me sometime, you can go to rawmotivations.com. You can click the link down below. Would love to interact with you. I talk to people every single day on one-on-ones and through coaching events to be able to help people grow, heal, and change, to be able to rewire their mindset, break free from the trauma bond, be able to work through and fix the idea of like how much they're ruminating about another person and thinking and being obsessed by them, and then set up boundaries as they move forward of who they actually are. What's your vision and values? Who are you going to be known for as you move forward? Today, one of the things we're looking at is the idea of how narcissists sabotage meaningful events. Birthdays, holidays, vacations, whatever it might be. We're taking a quick look here at The Covert Passive-Aggressive Narcissist by Debbie Mirza. And be able to give you like an idea. We're going to jump in with one example that she gives here. I can't even tell you what was wrong each birthday. I just remember calling my best friend almost every year, crying. I never felt like I had a reason to cry. He always did something. Gave me a gift, but it felt like dreaded that day and never enjoyed celebrating with me. I would usually end up apologizing for something. It felt like something was always my fault. My mom always made a big deal of my birthday, but I hated that day. It was all about her. The parties were lavish. Everyone was always so impressed by them, but I would hear my mom complaining about how much work she had to put into it. She would talk about the homemade cake she made and how expensive everything was and how hard it was to shop for. It was exhausting, and I felt like I was the cause of her stress. I would try to help, but it was never enough. Christmas always felt like a struggle. He became depressed every year. I felt bad because he would tell me how he missed the magic of his childhood Christmases. And he felt sad every year and that he didn't feel the same feeling. I would try to make it beautiful and magical and special, but his mood never changed. Then he would say things to me that gave me the message that I was doing things wrong. It was exhausting. Do any of those 3 little examples resonate with you? If so, just like leave a message saying like yes, or give a little example like in the chat down below so that people actually understand and see that they're not alone. Because a lot of times people think like, wait, am I the crazy person? Because I'm the one going through this, and it just doesn't make sense. Like the first example of like, I could never tell what was wrong in each birthday. A lot of times you won't be able to know what is wrong because what's wrong is the narcissist in your life. And a lot of times they're manipulating events, manipulating emotions and people to be able to get a desired result, or to be able to bring everybody down so that they don't feel as bad about themselves. Covert narcissists are very passive. They put responsibility on you to make sure that they are happy, and they blame you for when they're not. And you don't make me happy, so therefore it is your fault. That will happen time and time again throughout the entire relationship, where they're blaming you for the things that they've done, or they're blaming you for how they feel. Like, I just did this, I just hurt this person, I feel bad, I blame you for it. And you start to find yourself apologizing for stuff that never makes sense, because it's not your job to apologize for what they've done wrong. He was a nightmare on every vacation. I did everything. I planned everything. Tried to make it enjoyable for all of us, but no matter what, he would be moody, irritable, and grumpy the whole time. He would sulk and complain about the littlest things. We'd be in the most beautiful places, and he would find something that would make him angry. I somehow felt like it was my fault, feeling responsible for his unhappiness. How many times do we take other people's unhappiness, hurt, pain, frustration, anger, and we make it our own? We become responsible for another person. Now, it's not responsibility as far as like taking care of a child. We're talking about responsibility for another adult's emotions, or how they respond, or how they react, or how they're triggered by an event, or whatever it might be. In the end of the day, the person you're responsible for is you. How are you going to grow, change, heal, and develop? And so many times people are thinking, hey, I need to help them. I need to fix them. I need to, like, I'm in charge of their happiness. Like, that was the idea here, is feeling responsible for their unhappiness. You're not. You're responsible for you and how you show up each and every day. You see, the main thing with it is narcissists don't like to celebrate you. That's why your birthday is the most devalued, or they might make it look good so they can complain about the work or the money that went into it. Narcissists don't like to celebrate you. Why? Because if they're celebrating you, then nobody's celebrating them. That's literally how childish and how small it comes down to it. The reason why you have a bad birthday, Father's Day, Mother's Day, whatever, is because those days are not narc days. Those days are not focused on them. Like, that really is the crux of it, and the idea behind it of, hey, someone else is getting more attention, more admiration, more praise, more focus than I am. And that pisses me off. So I'm going to do anything I can to get that focus back on me. Good, bad, ugly, dirty, doesn't matter. Anything to get that focus back on me. They don't like it when you're happy. They want the attention on themselves. They do this through their moods, by complaining, by making you feel badly about anything, and they make it about them in all kinds of ways. No matter what it is, whatever it can be, I need to make it about me. And so I'm going to complain, I'm going to get frustrated, I'm going to get upset, I'm going to complain about how you designed the trip, where we're going, what we're doing, anything to be able to put that focus back on me. Have you apologize to me to build up my ego, to make me feel better, of like, oh, I'm the right person, you're the wrong person. And they'll go to super extremes. Janine loved to travel. It was the one thing in her life that gave her the most joy. She came to life every time she was able to explore new places, visit friends, and have new experiences. One day her husband sat her down and broke the news to her. He told her that he just talked to a psychic about her, and the psychic said she was traveling too much. You see, covert narcissists will go to bizarre measures to sabotage you and keep you from enjoying your life. When you start doing the things that you want to do, things that delight you, they lose control over you and don't have the power to keep you down. They'll use whatever means they have to punish you and keep you contained. Did you catch that? Did you see that part? Is they'll do anything, okay? They'll do anything to be able to have control over you, because when you start feeling happy, when you start delighting, when you start being excited about something, they start realizing, wait a second, that they're looking at, that they're focusing on is more important than me. Therefore, either I'm going to lose them or I'm going to lose control over them. And so I have to get them back. I have to control them. I have to make sure that I'm the one in charge. And oftentimes, holidays, vacations, events all promote your happiness, get you happy, get you to the place of like, wait a second, I love this. This is exciting. This is really cool. And they're like, wait a second, the attention's not on me, and I'm also losing control of that person because they're not coming to me for that validation, for that happiness, for the things that I'm going to breadcrumb and I'm going to give them. They're actually getting happy by the Christmas tree or by the birthday present or by the trip that we're going to take. We can't have that. It's got to be about me. I have to focus it back on me every single time. That's why you'll have a narcissist in your life that will destroy vacations, that will ruin birthdays, that will make holidays feel like the worst thing ever because they have to have that focus on them. Any special moment that you have in your life that's going to bring you happiness that's not directly related to the narcissist or to them, then they have to make sure they redirect the focus back on them, because ultimately it's all about them and it's all about control.